and welcome to the Wednesday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Warwood. There's 7 races at Ascot on Wednesday. Let's have a look at the likely conditions. We're expecting a partly cloudy day in Perth, around 28 degrees Celsius. The Good 4 track presented by Chris Nation and his team, and the rail position, critical information for a midweek event, 14 metres. Race number 1 will jump at 1:52. It's the Hahn Super Dry Handicap over 1,500 metres. The replay horse is number 1, Dicoletto, winning at Bunbury on the 26th of January.
It from Brookings Springs, Love Strikes in the middle, then Argoon and Watch Me Nene. KL at the 250 had shot away though, 2 in front, Stand By Me sticks on. Still there is Dicoletto down on the inside, it's beginning to wind up now, Dicoletto. Dicoletto, the big fellow, look at him coming now, Dicoletto. Dicoletto got his head in front and Dicoletto, the big ungainly type was...
There was a big word around Western Australia, not just Perth, for Dicoletto on debut. The punters backed him and Team Pearce got the chocolates with William Pike aboard. William Pike sticks here, and whilst he hasn't run a rating yet to warrant being probably a short price in the first race on the card, I do expect him to improve and prove mighty hard to beat. The main danger, that's going to be number 3, Burning Pride. Will be second up here, finished 8th behind Lucky Raw, beaten 2.5 lengths. But those 2 horses, Burning Pride and Dicoletto, they map the best of all the horses here. Looking for the minors, maybe number 7, Al Capitano on the quick backup. Stephen Parnham rides again. He's been aboard 6 times for just the 1 placing. And number 4, Uncle Con, who's got form behind Burning Pride, albeit not good form. My on top selection in race number 1 is number 1, Dicoletto, from number 3, Burning Pride, number 7, Al Capitano, and number 4, Uncle Con. Race number 2 at Ascot will jump at 2:27. It's the Get the Tap Touch Maiden over 1,100 metres. The replay horse is number 4, Young Thor, trialling at Larkhill on the 29th of January.
Behind those, racing up behind them is Ali Baba. Back in the field there and trying to work its way through a few gaps is Fair Joy. And out wider on the track is Sequel's trying to run on with also Young Thor. But they head down the straight though. And on the outside, Dashing Affair. Danny George the inside kicking. Dashing Affair and Danny George. Danny George found and won.
Young Thor resumes with a new trainer in Lindsay Smith. Paul Harvey was the jockey in the trial. He will ride him on Wednesday. I think that was the dictionary definition of a quiet trial. If you look at its form behind Ocean Jewel, it's plenty good enough to be winning a race like this. This is a pretty shallow event. The main danger, I think it's probably number 11. That's Dashing Affair from the informed Simon Milliard. Trialled behind Danny George in the same heat, just beaten half a length. They're the 2 to focus on here. Looking at number 13, Irresistible, trained by Tiana Robertson. She's got this Machino filly. She's produced 1 already in Fabergino. Here's another one here. Trialled really, really nicely. And on debut here, suspect it might be quite good. And then number 1, Luna Rossa, ridden by Glenn Smith. He's ridden it 4 times, a couple of minor placings here. But on top, I'm going to go with number 4, Young Thor, and then number 11, Dashing Affair. Then quite a big gap to number 13, Irresistible, and number 1, Luna Rossa. Race number 3 at Ascot will jump at 3:07. It's the Glenroy Chaff Handicap over the extended trip of 2,200 metres. The replay horse, it's number 6, Sugar Cane, winning at Pinjarra Park on the 24th of January.
2-horse race, Threads of Ivy starts to get going and towards the rail at the 200, 5 degrees, a Mortlite who's covered ground, Threads of Ivy, now Sugarcane, she's starting to put in the big strides down the outside, and Sugarcane swept up, grabbed the lead. This has been a really sweet win. Sugarcane, she's come from the...
Sugarcane is a lightly raced, unexposed daughter of Melbourne Cup winner Mary Kane, which made amends for failing to take out the race named after her trainers by taking out that race you saw in replay 10 days later. Goes on top here, really strong staying performance last start, expecting big improvement here over 11 furlongs. The main danger, I think, is number 8, Upside Down Bob. He was scratched from a much more difficult assignment on the weekend to go around on Wednesday, and it's probably been an astute move by his connections. Number 7, Top Rated, has drawn the outside gate in a race bereft of speed. So Lucy Warwick, who returns after the falling off a horse at Ascot on Wednesday, she'll probably need to make a pretty smart decision in the early stages. And number 2, Salvaged, won over 1,600 metres at Ascot Racecourse before Christmas and has put up some decent speed figures over extended trips in the past. In race number 3, going to be one of the hot pots of the day, number 6, Sugar Cane, to beat number 8, Upside Down Bob, 7, Top Rated, and 2 salvaged. Race number 4 will jump at 3/4 It's the Ascend Sales Trophies handicap over 1,800 metres. The replay horse is the bottom one, number 11, Triple Express, returning in good form at Bunbury on the 26th of January.
The Black Watch led 2 lengths, Sentimental Friend immediately called upon, and down the outside Rare Coin plays the game, getting home towards the inside. Further back Cassowary Street, Rare Coin on the outside reaches the lead though from Sentimental Friend, trying to rally. Rare Coin doing a bit better than Sentimental Friend, and another winner in the Australia Day colours.
What you saw in the replay was a very good first up performance by Triple Express, posting the fastest last 200, 400 and 600 sectionals over 1,705 metres at Bunbury, even though she hadn't had a barrier trial in preparation for her first run in 134 days. Goes on top here. Number 3, Fairfoot, raced wide passing the 600 metre mark over 1,800 metres at Ascot 2 weeks ago, and understandably faded in the closing stages. Also at that race is number 7, Mrs. Hartley. It was a pretty good form race for a Wednesday at Ascot in the middle of January. I think there's not too much to choose between those two. And then number 8, Small Amounts of Merit, lost lots of ground at the start of her most recent race, so you can put a pen through her 8th of 12 over 1,500 metres at Pinjarra Park. Race number 4 at Ascot, my on top selection is the bottom one, number 11, Triple Express, from number 3, Fairfoot, 7, Mrs. Hartley, and number 8, Small Amount of Merit.